bring it with you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my birthday's on Wednesday, so my mom just like got me extra
Oh, that's good.
I love your purse.
Oh, I know.
Perfect.
Here's one.
This is the camera, Kenny. It's super light.
Oh my God, it is light.
And if you take flash, it goes orange. It's like my precious item now.
Good, how are you? I haven't seen you guys.
You want to?
Actually, come this room.
Kind of like that.
Okay, guys. Real quick, unfortunately, John could not be with us. John's mother just passed away recently, so bear with us. We're still continuing tonight. We will do everything we normally do with the exclusion of what John does. John does unique stuff. Like we said, you were looking forward to your being blindfolded, but we will not be doing that tonight. But we do have a special treat for you instead. We have Pam and Steve that came all the way from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It takes two to fill in for John. Right? I'm Chris. This is Tanya, my team member. Kenny in the back. Steve and Pam. So you'll be split up into groups. You know how we do this. Most of you, I think pretty much everybody's been with us. The only thing that you can do recording as far as EVPs and stuff, you cannot videotape what we do with you. What we do with you is exclusively for us and what we do in our group and how we do with you. That's the only thing we ask. But you can take out your equipment. You can do what you normally do on a ghost hunt. We're totally cool with that. You just can't videotape us and what we do. Cool? Yep. Okay. Real quick, Tanya. Tanya and I are going to go through the equipment. I think everybody here is pretty. Anyone here not familiar with any of the ghost hunting equipment at all? Hey, Leon back there.
We're saying about being blindfolded?
So did you get roped into coming here?
Yeah.
Are you looking for ghosts?
Sure.
You're not afraid of them? You're good?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you're going to be ghost bait tonight. So just for you, we're going to go over the equipment because the equipment is actually, they don't detect ghosts. They actually detect changes in the environment that help us figure out what's going on. Based on the equipment, then you go further and you figure out if there's something happening. So real quick, Tanya and I are going to go over the equipment. Start with the K2 method. K2 reads EMF. And this is now you see how this is reading right now? You see how I just got that lit up? I got something that went on. It could be well, I don't know if it is. It actually could be if you have a cell phone and close to you and you're getting a text. That's another key thing. If you have a cell phone on, you know, all you have to do is put it on airplane mode. You do not have to shut it off because you can take photos and stuff. But if you have your phone on, it will interfere with equipment. I love watching TV when a guy's got his phone in his pocket and he's going, whoa, but he's getting a text or getting updated with something. Airplane mode. Okay. That way you can still take a photo and do what you do with your phone. You just won't receive calls and texts. This is ambient when it's green. You saw before where it lit up? You have to go around in your environment and find out what is man-made. And once you go through and you eliminate and you find where you get just ambient, where it's just natural, and something happens and this goes off and it lights up, now you might have something that's saying that there's an EMF field there that wasn't there before. And you can start to use this. This is not a ghost detector. This just tells you what the EMF is. So if something gives off something that's man-made, I've seen many people that have gone over and thought they had demons because of these going off, when it was really an exit light or anything that's not well-grounded. And if you go by your TV or microwaves, these will go off crazy. It's not possessed. It's the EMF coming off your electrical equipment. So keep that in mind with all of our equipment. Let me give me the next crate up is the REM pod. Cute. REM pod. This does the opposite. Instead of detecting, it gives it off. So when you break that field, okay. There we go. When you break that field, see how it gives off and it lights up? This one's not. That's the one that doesn't. I want this one.
It gives off a bubble of EMF energy, a big bubble, and a spirit is going to want to be attracted and get that energy to try and manifest itself.
Now,
So when they come into that bubble to try and get that energy that's there, and they break that field, that's the noise that's going to go off.
Now, if you
Because
notice-
something has broken the field to try and get that
it's pulling
energy.
energy from it, and then you can start to use this to communicate. Now, if you notice, I do the music one. And the reason why is you've got to be, when you're doing ghost hunts, you've got to be very logical about this. If you get too complicated, and you're bringing in equipment that's really complicated, and you're saying, hey, this is an SLS, or this is something, a spirit that from further down in history doesn't know what these things are, they've never seen it. But music, color, numbers, letters are basic. We all pretty much know these different things. So use common sense when you're trying to communicate with any type of spirit. If you get very complicated and they don't understand with you, whenever you're using a piece of equipment, explain what it is and what it's doing that it won't hurt you. And that's when you'll start to get responses.
These are static detectors. So a theory is that a spirit will give off static energy. So these things pick up static, and I probably won't be able to make it go off.
Oh, you might. There you go.
Oh wait, there it goes. All right, the green, and this one lights up red. These are, this dome and this thing with the fingers light up all like rainbow colors. And both of these let you know the direction that the static energy is moving. So you'll see like a red light go off, and the next is the green, blue, and it'll go around if it's walking around either piece of equipment.
And the reason why we use static detectors is because static, actually, as human beings, we give off static. And when you're pulling cold or hot air, you are giving off static. So that's another way to read if something is coming through. This is a favorite. And this is going to be upstairs with Tanya tonight.
If you guys watch Ghost Hunters, Zach, he has one of these, and that's why John got it. So, because it's so awesome.
It is cool.
It is cool.
This is the music
Creepy.
maker. So when something breaks the beam, and the longer it stands in front of it, the
longer
longer
the music will play.
It'll play faster and harder. It works in the dark so much better when it breaks it. It is pretty cool. Tanya loved it too. I don't even know if they make this brand anymore. They might make a different one. Don't call it the
He
coffin.
actually made them now in the States. They were made overseas, yeah. The new ones that were made in the States are cheaper, they're smaller, they're different.
They don't look as nice
They
and
look
they don't look
different.
like that coffin. They got that whole
They
different.
did a whole thing. Another thing with your REM pod,
Go ahead.
Start recording by itself.
these, which I'm really surprised John hasn't done yet, he probably has one in there, I think he does, I see a wire. You unplug the wire, plug a jack in here, hook it to a tray, put something in a tray, when they grab it, this will go off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have that.
that's why the antennas are detachable on these.
Yeah.
So you can use this for many things, not just REM pod, so which is really cool.
Very cool. This is, you guys know what this is, the Ovilus? This thing has 2,000 words programmed into it. It uses a binary code. Theory is a spirit can go in and manipulate the binary code to speak to us and manipulate it to say whatever word it wants. We were at, you guys know the Creeper Gallery? Okay. So John, he got really freaked out, it's funny. We were using the Ovilus, and it was the cape. Your cape, Kelly. This cape had an attachment to it of a woman who drowned her children. And John apparently reminded her of her husband. So we were there in the Creeper Gallery, and I said, does John remind you of anybody? And 2,000 words, it spits out, it says, Johnny. So
wow.
John's like, oh my God!
Here's
So,
Tony.
yeah, so this thing does spit out words that are relevant to the location. Sometimes it spits out like
No.
eggs or
Perfect
salad.
example, we were at the Ducray. I had 5 women in my group.
Oh yeah, that too.
And I
That
was
cool.
so irritated that nothing came out of this box that I could use. It was a tough night for me on that floor. And it said hair cutters on it. And I was like, really? Hair cutters? I mean, can't you give me something tonight? All the girls started laughing. They all worked at a salon together.
Oh, geez, that's so fun.
So it does have a sense of humor too.
This is the Fleur. I'm sure a lot of you people have seen it. I think plumbers use it too to find whatever. So this picks up heat. Um,
the EMF.
The blue is cold and the yellow, red, that's
That's it,
warm.
humidity and,
The theory is the spirit will either give off a hot spot or a cold spot. So if you're going around and you see blue, 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 all of a sudden you see red and there's nobody else there,
I gotta see what's sign.
you might have something. You gotta watch though, reflections also give off. You could be like going around and there's a glass case. Holy shit, there's a, no, it's probably you. You're giving off that heat. But if you're going around, you see the walls blue, you ask a spirit, put your hand on the wall. You go back and now you got a handprint.
Temperature change and all that.
So you gotta also be careful when you're using it. You didn't lean up against the wall prior. You didn't sit on the chair because you might get a heat signature on the chair, but you might have just sat there 5 minutes
I
ago.
can go over all this with them.
And we're gonna do,
Steve's gonna explain that.
I'll show you the old EDI and the new EDI. This one is the old EDI. If you can find one on eBay, grab it, because they're very rare now to find. And when they came out, they were only, I think they were like $80.
No, not no more.
Not no more. How much is this?
We spent a
Like
bunch.
$200.
A little more than
No,
that.
$200 they are, yeah. This has a data logger on it. See, this one doesn't. So what this does is measure humidity on this one, temperature, vibration, milligauss, which is your EMF, humidity. It records everything while you're investigating. So if you sit this in one room and you leave it there all night, you'll see if there's someone walking, so vibration will pick up. I'm moving it now. Then milligauss is your K2 meter. And then you have temperature, and then while you're doing all that, it's recording the temperature change and the barometric pressure in the room. So you can put it up with your EVPs or something like that. If you ask a question, all of a sudden pressure drops, you know, it's legit, pretty much. But good unit. If you're very scientific, get it. If you're not scientific, try finding one of these. Because it does the same thing, it just doesn't record everything.
and then this thing we have, Kenny built. This is an SLS camera. Everybody seen that?
Come forth, Kenny.
It's an Xbox Connect. And it's hooked up to.
It's not on right now, but yeah.
You'll be experiencing, that's another thing too. We do have a rotation where you'll be outside over where they
The
did all
gallows
of
where
the
they did the
gallows where they
hanging.
hang.
Oh, wow.
So make sure you have your jackets with you. There'll be parts of the building. I believe upstairs is warm.
Hot.
Yeah.
Death
so
row is
Make sure you
hot.
keep your jackets with you because you will be going outside.
So the SLS, it maps
Let me know.
people as stick
I don't like
figures.
my building.
No.
But if it maps a stick figure where
I
there's
mean,
nobody.
it's a new build now, but
So, we have picked up, even outside of the gallows, Kenny, a couple times ago that we were here, a stick figure, he was outside, and it walked up the stairs, a stick figure, went to where the noose would have been, and I guess they would have had a door where they opened it and they dropped through. It dropped through, and then just disappeared. And he usually gets a lot of creepy things out there. And one time I went out there with him with like some of the equipment, and it verified that it was in fact these stick
You
figures.
guys got an EVP out there too.
EVPs out
Yeah.
there, and,
Yeah.
oh God, all kinds of
This
things.
building is very active.